Good evening and welcome to the channel's studios here in London with your international news around the world in 5. NATO says there is no provision for member states to be suspended or expelled from the military alliance after a report said the US could seek to suspend Spain over its Iran war stance. Reuters quoted a US official who said an internal Pentagon email had suggested measures for the US to punish allies it believed had failed to support its campaign. A NATO official said the organization's founding treaty does not foresee any provision for suspension of NATO membership or expulsion. Spain's leader has also dismissed the report. Donald Trump has repeatedly criticized NATO allies for their reluctance to play a greater role after the US and Israel attacked Iran in late February and Iran subsequently restricted shipping through the key Strait of Hormuz.
Well, our reaction is that Spain is a reliable partner within NATO, and we're fulfilling our obligations with NATO. I would say that it would be important if European countries, European allies, we can share our thoughts and information before starting wars, as the one that we are now suffering in the Middle East, because this part of the world is close by Europe, and we need also to be aware and to have an opinion on this.
US Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth says Iran has a chance to make a good, wise deal, adding that the US naval blockade of Iranian ports is growing and going global. Echoing comments from Donald Trump, Hegseth said the US isn't anxious to make a deal and the ball is in Iran's court. Iran's foreign minister has confirmed he will head to Pakistan tonight for talks.
In this new phase, as Iran has an important choice, a chance to make a deal, a good deal, a wise deal. As part of that effort, the United States has imposed an ironclad blockade that grows more powerful by the day.
Ghana has summoned South Africa's top envoy to the country over reported acts of intimidation and harassment against its citizens and other African migrants. Earlier this week, video clips were shared online showing vigilante groups attacking and confronting people they believed were in South Africa illegally. In one of them, they challenge a Ghanaian man over his status. Xenophobia has long been an issue in South Africa and has been accompanied by occasional outbursts of deadly violence. Ghanaian officials have met the man in the video to offer him support and also urged citizens living abroad to continue being law-abiding. A key suspect in one of the most notorious killings of the Syrian civil war has been arrested. Amjad Yusuf, seen here bloodied after his arrest, was wanted over the mass killing of civilians in April 2013 in the Tadamon district of Damascus. Footage emerged in 2022 showing Syrian soldiers leading victims bound and blindfolded to a pit before shooting them. The video became one of the most direct pieces of visual evidence of the extrajudicial killings by the government forces. Interior Minister Anas Khattab said Yusuf was the main perpetrator of the massacre and was taken into custody after a well-executed security operation. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has said he is in excellent physical condition after the publication of his annual medical report revealed he had a malignant tumor removed. Netanyahu said that during routine medical monitoring following successful surgery for an enlarged benign prostate, doctors found an early-stage malignant tumor. Treatment had removed the problem and left no trace of it, he added. Netanyahu said he had requested to delay publication of his health record so it was not released at the height of the US-Israel war with Iran to prevent Tehran from spreading even more false propaganda about Israel. Poisoning is suspected in the deaths of 18 wolves within a few days in a national park that straddles 3 regions of central Italy. After the carcasses of 10 wolves were found last week, another 8 were found when patrols were stepped up in recent days in the Abruzzo, Lazio and Molise National Park. The park authority said last week that traces of suspected poisoned bait had been found in an area where 5 of the wolves had been found dead, and the latest deaths elsewhere raised very strong suspicion of further poisoning. And at least 10 people have been injured after tornadoes struck parts of northern Oklahoma. Emergency crews conducted search and rescue operations after significant destruction was caused in the city of Enid. Videos show debris flying into the air as the tornadoes damaged properties and infrastructure. And that's your international news around the world in 5. Now back to the channel's studios in Lagos.